Hello and welcome to Hollow Acres Homestead. My name is Stephanie. We are out in the garden today. It has finally stopped raining. It's pretty humid out here, so the camera keeps fogging up. So we're just gonna power through it. It is garden tour day. It's been about 2 weeks since I have done a garden tour. So we're going to start, right now I'm at the top right, I guess, of the garden. So we're gonna start here and move our way down and work our way back up. Here we are at the very top. We're at the top right of our garden at the teepees. Come in some closer to it. Here we have the tiger melon. It is starting to grow up. I'm very happy about this. Oh, we're almost to the second. Come on, reach. Yes. I need to come out here and train these up some more. Oh, don't rip out. Oh, there are squirrels above me and they make me nervous. Now I still don't know what these are. They're either cantaloupe or honeydew. I should go back and check those. Here are sweet baby watermelon. They are growing up. Almost to the top. Not seeing any melons. Oh, there's one. Come on, zoom. Ah, baby melon. These are either the honeydew or the cantaloupe. They're doing pretty well. Amidst all the weeds, there's weeds everywhere, and whatever that thing is, are tomatoes. It rained pretty good. This was standing up. Now it isn't. So I'm going to have to come out and stake these. I think I'm going to have to come up with a better way of supporting these tomatoes. I planted them very heavy, and they're just drooping. But we have buds. These are some good-sized tomato plants. Oh, that one's all twisted. So I guess I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Tending to tomatoes. Here we have carrots. Here we have cucumbers. Go down in there. That little happy guy. Got cucumbers growing. Landon's already come out here and picked a couple of cucumbers. He just cannot control himself. Here we have more. In our first herb garden, everything's come to life pretty well. It's a mix of cilantro, purple basil, green basil, parsley. There's chamomile in there and oregano as well. And in our second herb garden, pretty much the same stuff, except for here we have sage and there's rosemary. I know there's something else in this bed that's not in the other bed. Mosquito. Here we have our spinach and our kale. I came through and I chopped all the kale off because bugs got to them, and they've came back pretty well. I'm surprised. I expected them to all die. Come on. Yep, pull the spinach with it. These snap peas are not doing well. They're pretty much dead. So I'm going to pull them up and I'm going to replace them with, we have seen our herb beds. More cucumbers, because there has to be cucumbers on arches. Okay. Well, here's this. So this fell apart in the rain. So I'm going to have to come back through and fix this. Because, yes, they're made for short people. But even I need a certain amount of height. These cucumbers are doing awesome. They're quite tall. And more tomatoes. These are cherry tomatoes. Some of them have gotten quite large. These are rainbow cherry. I believe these are as well. Whereas these are red cherry and they're much smaller. Oh, it fell over. More tomatoes. That one's grown crazy. They're nice and thick though. Coming in nicely. What tomatoes are these? I think they're Kellogg's Breakfast. Maybe there's some mortgage lifters tossed in there. I really can't remember exactly. I should label things. Potato towers, doing wonderfully. Here's our sunflower bed. Now the stinking deer came through and popped off quite a few of them. All of them, I think, almost. Most of them, if not all of them. But you can see that they're coming back and they're setting off new shoots. And each of these is going to be a sunflower now. That is so cool about sunflowers. Even if the top comes off, they'll sprout more. They want to grow, so they will. And a deer came through and ate this one too. This was our very first bloom. Bit the top off and 4 grew in its place. I think this is a Titan. Some tall sunflowers back here. This one's got vines wrapped around it. I don't want to pull that. I'll come out and cut that. We were over here. Glorious look at all of the tomatoes. 3 beds worth. Beautiful and green. Here we have cabbage and lettuce. And there's some radishes thrown in there too. They're getting quite big. Bugs are getting to them. I need to come out with a neem oil once all the rain subsides. We're not getting any heads yet, but they're getting tall. So maybe soon. This lettuce is, you can see it's starting to grow tall. This is starting to go to seed, so I'm going to come out here and pull this tomorrow. Here we have what is left of this lettuce bed. I have harvested about half of it. This one's beautiful. This is Buttercrisp. Love it. Over here I pulled out all of our radishes. They were just going to seed. As pretty as the flowers were, I want to grow something. So I put in a bunch of celery. And I did plant those pretty close together as well. Kind of sowing the crap out of my beds here. Aw. Aw, I didn't make it. This isn't going to work, but I'm going to try to make it come back to life. Celery. We're going to have some good sized carrots. They're all pushing themselves up. Oh, that one. Ah, cool. Cool, cool. Now these cucumbers are not doing as good as all of the other cucumbers. They are the only ones planted close to carrots. I don't know. But I will figure it out. Here's our peanut bed with more cucumbers. Landon came out here and picked the biggest one. There was a large one right here. What is that? I don't know what that is, but alright. Our peanuts, and there's some kale in there. I'm so hoping for peanuts after these stinking squirrels ate them all. Here's our overgrown pumpkin patch. I'm kind of letting it go wild. I am going to go through and pull out the big weeds, but I think I'm going to leave the wheat grass that is growing. And the grass that is growing is from the wheat straw that I put down as a mulch. We'll go this way and circle the way around. So these beds are new. Here we go. These are the carrots and the celery I just showed you. Here's the sunflowers. And I have rigged up new beds because I have planted so many starts and I am out of space. So I'm going to start with peppers over here. These are starts that I have going. An empty spot, but it'll be filled in. And these are the remaining of the tomatoes. Don't hold your breath, it'll be a minute. Every tray is a different tomato. Look at those. These are melons, cantaloupe I think. More tomatoes. These back here are mostly Roma. I purposely put this bed here. I'm calling it my sacrifice bed. I'm going to put all of the extra Roma tomatoes that I have way too many of. I'm going to put them here, and I'm hoping that the deer are just going to eat what's here and not bother the rest of my garden. Now that's only a theory, but so far I've only seen one deer in my garden since I blocked off this way of how this is usually how they get in here. There is another way for them to get in, and I'll show you in a minute, but I've noticed that this is 8 times out of 10 how they get into my garden. So I built this small little bed. I'll fill it with soil. I'll put the Roma tomatoes here. Sacrifice bed. Here's more tomatoes. This one's growing a tomato. These are Roma. Got a lot of Roma. Go away. These are honeydew melon. Marigold. There are deer behind me and I hear them. Zinnias. More sunflowers. These are red sunflowers. Got red and burgundy. Sweet peas that desperately need to be potted up. Purple basil. Snapdragons that squirrels got to. More sunflowers. This is our asparagus bed, and I moved temporarily our blueberries here. The deer, you could see, grabbed them all. Grabbed them all. Back in this bed are onions, and I planted some more garlic. I'm hoping for them to do something. This bed is okra and peppers. These okra are doing pretty nice. I have 2 okra plants here that I need to find somewhere to put. The okra doing pretty good. Pretty good. There's a bug eating this one. So I'll come out here with neem oil when the rain subsides. And these peppers over here, these are all spicy peppers. Hungarian yellow wax, there's cayenne pepper, and I think banana pepper. I labeled these. Go me. I didn't label these. These are more peppers. I know that the left side here is bell pepper. Yeah, the middle, it's a type of bell pepper. And on the far right over here, purple bell pepper. Now I know I have 6 plants of that one. That's the only one that I say that I know. More onions. These are all onions. And this back bed, which was going to originally be the flower bed, I planted all my flower seeds and almost nothing grew. I didn't even move anything. You can see right here. Now some flowers want to come through. I don't know what they are. So I threw a bunch of tomatoes in this back bed. They need to be fertilized. They're not bushing out, they're growing up. So this is the other entrance here that I was telling you about for the deer to get in. It's overgrown. I've come through and cut some of this stuff so I could put, my things over here. So that's behind the greenhouse, and I have a bunch of extra seed starting stuff behind there and garden things. This is a tree that fell during our last hurricane, and of course I'm not moving it. But this is another way how they get in. And yes, there is a whole nother bed full of tomatoes here. Are the deer going to come eat my tomatoes over here? Probably. I hope not. I gave them their own bed to eat. We forgot the greenhouse, but really there's nothing in there, but I'll take you anyway. Here I have trees. What is left of my dragon blood trees. There's orange and apple and lemon and kiwi and pecan. My greenhouse is overgrown in weeds. I've not weeded in like 2 or 3 weeks out here. I've got lilies in the bottom, and they're going from seed to bulb, so they're covered in weeds. I have some herbs in here, some trees, some daisies, some more herbs, bluebonnets. There's really not much in here but apples. Bunch of apple trees and weeds. Passing the pretty pumpkin patch. I haven't noticed any pumpkins, but I don't think there will be. Every flower that blooms I can tell is a male flower, so I'm waiting on the female flowers. Here we are at our bean bed. Bean beds. Now these were doing fine 2 days ago, but they're looking all shriveled up. I don't know. Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh, yeah. I'll pull you. Sugar snap pea. Oh, looks like there's 5 or 6 of them ready on there. I love sugar snap peas. They're stringy, but look. They open up into the peas. Aw. I dropped it. That's too big. That's bitter. I waited too long. Ew. I'm just gonna pop those. Drop them in the soil. Let's see if anything grows from it. That was gross. Sometimes that happens. Don't let them get that big. Blah, 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 blah. I need a bean to wash that out, huh? There's one. Bean. Yellow bean. Whoop. Getting wet. Looks like it's going to rain again. I thought it passed. That's better. Camera's dying. We have to hurry up. Okay, here we go. Walking through our pretty archways. More beans. 1 cucumber plant. We got edamame, lima, and black beans on this side. Here are lettuces and cabbages. I started planting this bed in January, and it's just now getting to where I can harvest the lettuce, but it's going to seed, so nah. I'll find something else to put there. Got more beans. Got squash. Oh, look at there. Lima bean. This is yellow zucchini, which was growing randomly in the backyard. My son picked it, and it came back to life out here. I'm very happy it did. The rest of these are green zucchini. Oh, the rains are coming. I gotta hurry, hurry. We have more eggplant. Not more. These are just eggplant. Rosa bianca and long purple. More tomato plants. More lettuce. Lettuce and tomatoes. These are doing wonderfully, wonderfully. Potato towers. Looks like these two, that one and this one, are almost ready to be harvested. The one in the back is almost ready. And then we end here at our sweet potatoes. Came out and pulled a lot of this wheatgrass out. I'm going to come through and put a couple more starts because it looks like they didn't all make it. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for stopping by the homestead and taking a look at our garden. It is growing quickly. Everything is coming to life. I'll see you back here next week for the next garden tour.